Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of From Corporate to Creative. My name is Carlotta Washington, and I am your advocate for the leap from corporate to creative, encouraging entrepreneurship for Fabs over 40.
And I'm Tisa Edge, life influencer, influencing you to live your best life now.
All right, so today we're going to talk about what being Fab over 40, being fine and 50, sexy and 60, super and 70. I mean, being that mature person.
Elegant and 80.
All right, let's go. Where are we going to go when we're 90?
Nifty.
Okay, let's be nifty. So we're going to talk about what being mature, how being mature helps you build up and prepare yourself to be great entrepreneurs. I mean, there are facts about it, like they've done studies, their numbers, their stats, is all of that stuff out there about what makes you uniquely qualified to be a successful entrepreneur. So we're going to let those credits roll real quick, and then we're going to get into it. All right. So there's lots of reasons that make you uniquely qualified for entrepreneurship right now. There are things that make you uniquely qualified to go into entrepreneurship, to take it from your corporate to your creative life. And we're going to just talk about 5 of those things. So there's lots of them, but we're going to focus on 5 things that we thought were really important. So your passions can be turned into profit. So all the things that we already do, we can turn those into profitable things. Your network is your net worth, and you're an expert at this.
I love that one. Yes. Use your network.
Use it.
Use it.
You are the plug. So we come to you.
Network.
Everybody who needs someone to network with is looking at Tisa Edge.
Yes.
Yes. And then your work experience, your industry experience, like that's a big one. So if you've been a teacher for 30 years,
right,
you can now transfer all of that knowledge, all of that time that you've taken developing lesson plans and doing all those things, and you can go into
be a teacher consultant.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things. And then the other thing is you get it done. So we're really good at getting things done, and we have a lot of practice at it. And we'll talk about that. Yeah. And then finally, and I think this is something that is really important, our life experience, our wisdom, your wisdom. Like,
yes.
We've all learned about discernment over the years. We've all learned how to say no.
Some of us.
Okay, some of us. Some of us still
Some of us don't believe what we already know is the truth.
So let's jump into it. So I know you talk about passion, purpose, and profit all the time.
Yes.
So how do we turn our passion into profit? Like, what do you think about when I say that?
I think about what it is I love to do that I don't need to get paid for.
That you don't need to get paid for?
That I don't need to get paid for. I can do it without getting paid for it.
So
that's my passion.
That's your passion.
It led me to my purpose, which my purpose is to make people laugh.
Okay.
Help save souls. By any means necessary.
Any means.
And then I learned how to get paid for it. That's my profits.
That's your profit.
But I ain't coming to do it for free no more because I don't need to do it for free.
Because you've developed over time.
I developed my skills.
Right.
Life influencer, crowd motivator.
See? And that's what everybody else out here can do. Look at the things that you're really good at. And not even just that you're good at. What are you passionate about? Like she said, what would you do for free that you are already doing, that you enjoy, and that you can maybe transfer into something that you can make money doing? So even if you're a gardener, so you're gardening, you can start a community garden. You can counsel people, like, people want to know how to keep their plants alive.
Well, as soon as they turn weed legal, it's a lot of gardeners.
They'll be making a lot of money.
That's right.
But I don't think they're going to be allowed
to
garden in their backyard.
If that's their passion,
they'll figure it
It's
out.
going to be their purpose, and they're going to figure out how to get paid legally.
Yes, that part. So, so it's a lot of things that we're doing. The normal things you think about. Painters, they can make greeting cards. If you're an artist, you can make greeting cards. If you crochet and you love to crochet, you can make blankets
that's why
and
you're
sell
corporate.
those.
That's why they need to consult with you after this and get ideas, because they stuck.
Well, we want to get them unstuck.
Okay.
That's the goal, is to get them unstuck, which is the next point. So your network. So your network is really
everybody you know.
It's everybody you know. And at this point in time, you have relationships. You don't just have a network. You don't just have people who know you. Like, you actually have people who really know you. Like, when you call me, all I have to do is hear, well, when you call anybody, all they need to do is hear your voice and know it's Tisa. But
correct. But what I'm saying and what you should be saying is, your network is the people around you who has their passion already rolling.
Well, and also the people around you who you develop relationships with, they know you, they trust you, they believe in you already.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to come to me and convince me of anything. If you tell me you're going to do it, I know it, because I have history with you.
But the people who don't have a network to help increase their net worth are stuck.
They're stuck. So how do you get a network? How do you build a network?
Like I just said, you go to the person that already turned their passion into their purpose, and you're trying to help each other gain profits.
Well, that's true. But your network is a little different than that, I think.
Who? See, this is that corporate to creative stuff. Corporately thinking.
No, relationship thinking. Your network is your relationships.
No, my network is the people around me who making money and can teach me how to make money the way they're making money and help me make money because they making money.
But why are they going to teach you? They have to know you first.
No, they don't.
You got strangers who are willing to teach you?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm a life influence. I'm influencing you to live your best life now.
Okay, well, everybody's not a Tisa Edge. Influence you to live your best life now. So what I'm going to need for you to do is go and tap into your contact list in your phone.
Okay.
Old school, we're going into our Rolodex, and we're going to think about the people we know who trust and believe in us, who may be a resource for us as we move into getting the profit. So that accountant who's been doing your taxes for you.
This is a whole nother content.
Okay, we're
this
going
is
to
a whole nother segment, because I can get into this one.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to keep it moving. Your work industry experience. So you already have plenty of experience out there. You've been doing something maybe for a long time, if you're not a job hopper. But even if you have been hopping jobs, you have a lot of experience in a lot of different places.
Hopping jobs, so you know how to, if you don't like it, you're going to quit it and you're going to start over again.
Right, so that's a skill set.
How?
You didn't like it, you stopped, and you started over.
You know the power of the no. Praise the Lord.
There's a lot of no's out there. So your experience, though, has really benefited you over time. Yeah. And we know that because anything we've done, like for us, when we started Mark Squared, Dre had been working, my husband, Dre, had been working for Kodak for 14 years. And now he's...
y'all didn't even tell that.
Yeah, he did. But anyhow, so quickly, he worked for Kodak, and he watched people's stories. And so now he tells other people's stories through video. But that set him up in a way that he didn't even know. He didn't know he was actually looking at life, telling stories through people's pictures.
I got a question. I just... Give me a minute to get my question together.
Okay.
But I got a question.
All right, so... back to the sponsors and then to her question. All right.
What's up, family? It's your girl, Tisa Edge, here telling you who Tisa Edge is. Today, Tisa Edge, and I'm going to keep saying Tisa Edge because I need y'all to understand who Tisa Edge is. I am crowd motivator, the host that does the most to ensure there's never a dull moment. And I'm life influencer, influencing you to live your best life now. My claim to fame is, I dare you to tell me your dream. I dare you to tell me what you want to do, because I'm going to make you do it. I promise you I'm going to make you do it, because that's what life influencers do, influence you to live your best life now. TisaEdge.com. I'm just trying to understand, first of all, is Kodak even still around?
No, that's why we have Mark Squared.
See, so that's how you took the work experience that you had to build into what you're doing.
Truly, Dre, when
Corporate
he was
to creative.
and he was laid off at a time when a lot of businesses were, well, a lot of companies were laying people off. So of course, Kodak didn't keep up with technology, so they closed across the board. So when
ain't no Kodak no more.
No more. You remember we grew up with push
the little
cameras
yellow piece of paper.
Yeah, you would drop. Yeah, so they're gone. And so his job went away, and he'd been there for 14 years, 15 years, a long time. So he learned a lot during that time, and he said, you know what, I don't think I want to go back to a corporate job. That was then.
That's
like, I don't want to do that.
Which leads into, that's a...
And we were like, well, what are you going to do? I was like, what are you going to do?
So corporate to creative because you was forced.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens. But that's a whole nother conversation.
That was work experience that led to number 4. I forgot 4.
Getting it done. You know how to get it done.
Getting it done.
You know how to make things happen.
So taking that bad experience and turning it into a great experience to get it done.
Guess why? Because you have bills to pay. You don't have the luxury of sitting back. If you decided in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, I'm not going back to that corporate job. I don't like that life. I don't like the feeling of being at someone else's behest. You know, they can decide what my life is going to look like next. I don't want to do that anymore. So that puts a different kind of pressure on you, right?
And that's a lot of creators that's trying to fight that fight every day.
Right. All day, every day.
That's you.
Yeah.
You trying to fight that fight every day. You tired of listening to what she just said. Run that back. She said that you don't want to do it anymore. You don't want to be at somebody else's doorstep and say, can you please? Can I say this?
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to say this for years.
What's that?
Get her done.
He's so stupid.
I've been waiting to say, look how the guy worked it out, corporate to creative.
Get it done. That's it.
And
but truly, you have to get it done. And we know how to. So you even think about it from a practical sense. So he was forced in a way because he said, I'm not going back to work. I'm not going back to their job. I'm not going back to a corporate job. So he had to make a decision because you got to live. You got bills to pay. You have a car note. You have a house note. You have all these other things. So you have no choice. You have to figure it out. You have to. But on a practical sense, motherhood, how many moms figure it out?
No, we figured it out from the time we found out we pregnant.
Right. How many, you're always figuring it out. You're always thinking through how to make something happen.
But how is that getting me to number 5?
Number 5, wisdom. It's going to get you wisdom. You learn wisdom. Even through all of this, all of it leads to wisdom, right? You're wiser now. You have discernment. You know how to manage other people. You know when to fight and when not to fight. Like, I mean, when we were younger, how much time did you spend fighting with people to prove a point or to show them your way or whatnot? Now you have the capacity to just say, you know what? That's good. You over there, you do you. I'm going to go over here and do me. Like my favorite thing, we can agree to disagree.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Can I say this?
Mm-hmm.
So can we run that bite? Let's run that bite. I ain't got to understand that. How we run that bike?
Where we going to run it back to?
I want to be from ATL so bad. So wisdom is number 5.
Wisdom is number 5.
Because we got that from work experience, number 4.
That was 3. But anyhow, keep
what
going.
was 4?
Getting it done. Get her done.
Because you got the work experience. And then you got your network that leads to your net worth. And then you got your passion that turned into profit.
And now we are cooking. We're ready. We are ready to be successful entrepreneurs. And this is all stuff that you've learned over the years.
And over and over and over again.
You're practicing it constantly. So, they had a thing that says 10,000 hours. And we were beyond 10,000 hours to perfect the skill. That's, in a book, Malcolm Gladwell, I think it was. So he says if you work 10,000 hours above and beyond, so you're a pianist and you've worked more than 10,000 hours practicing, then you're going to become a concert professional pianist.
So that was in a book.
That was in a book.
We got to come talk about that book. That's a sponsor. I got a question. My question is, how do we make all this practical?
Practical. Well, my theory is we have to do a little work. It's simple, but it's not easy. So to make this practical, I'm going to give you you too, and you, some homework.
Oh, I love it.
Homework, yeah. So it is just about taking a little inventory. We're going to put a little worksheet down there and everything so that you can go through it. But we want you to take some inventory. Think about what you're passionate about. What would you do for free that you love?
Drink.
Okay. She said drink. I say create. Whatever it is I can create.
Okay.
I love doing that. So what do you do? What do you love to do that you would do for free all day long, any day? And then
wait, if it's all day long, then it's not drinking. It's making people laugh.
Okay, so there you go. See? And then so take an inventory though. It may be one thing, it may be 10 things, however many things. You can think of one thing that you love to do and that you're passionate about. I bet you can. So do the inventory there. Then I want you to also think about your network. So we did a worksheet, or not a worksheet. I don't want this to sound like a school, but we did a little exercise on the last show where we talked about the 3 things: what you love, what you're really good at, and how you want to transform the world. So when you thought about those things, and if you were able to transform the world and put all of your passions in to make those active, who would you need to help you do those things? And so after 20 years, 30 years, working and doing in the industry and making all these contacts and going to church and going to PTA and all of that, you probably have enough people in your network right now that you can access to help you achieve your goals. So write those names down also. Then I want you to think about your experience. Like some of us, we can just go pull up that resume and look at it. What have you learned over the years through your job? So look at that. That's inventory. And then think about what you've done, things that you thought you would never be able to do. What have you accomplished that, when it came up for you to make it happen, you couldn't do it? Like for me, it's been losing weight. Like, I got to a point, I'm still juicy, but I'm not nearly as juicy as I used to be. So losing that weight or getting in my wedding dress, that was a big one for me. So what have I done that I was able to accomplish that I didn't know I was going to be able to do, but I did it. And there's even bigger things out there that we've all done. And then finally, your wisdom. Think about how you've wised up over the years. The things that you would have done 10 years ago even that you wouldn't do now, or you would do differently. Not with any regrets, but just knowing what you know now, you're able to do something different. So that's your homework, or, your opportunity. We're not going to call it homework. It's your opportunity to learn about yourself and learn about how to take this leap from corporate to creative.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's really it, guys. We just want to, leave you with a couple of things that you might be able to use. And we'll just, check in with you next week and see where we are. So,
and that's corporate to creative.
All right. I'll drink to that, or you drink to that.
I'm waiting to drink.
All right. Y'all have a great evening.